Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 6 in Financial Crimes 1. This is Professor Dunaway. So I'm posting this on Sunday, August 11th, so I hope you're all having a good weekend. I know last week I had said that I would discuss more about the first assignment, but there's still a couple people that are on extension, so or who haven't turned it in yet. So I just don't want to say too much. Not that I would be giving anything away anyway. But I guess my overall comments, especially since we have an assignment coming due next week, is just please be sure that you follow the directions. Please be sure that if we're asking that you discuss responses to specific questions, that you do so, because you will lose points if everything that we've asked you to discuss is not included. So just be sure you do that going forward on the next 2 assignments that are due. All right, so week 5. So last week was bribery and corruption part A. So we will begin as we always do and look in the learning objectives. So after last week, you should be able to name and discuss the component parts, strengths, and weaknesses of a proposed comprehensive plan against bribery and corruption. And then also you should be able to examine the OECD Bribery Convention and the work of Transparency International. So also last week there were a few different readings we wanted you to take a look at. So and they were all attached separately. So there was the OECD Convention, Transparency International Overview and History, the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act Guide, and then Transparency International on bribery. And then Dr. Monroe had posted 2 videos, bribery and OECD foreign bribery report. I know it's a lot of material. Hopefully you've been able to work your way through it. And then this week we go into part B of bribery and corruption. So we will click into the week 6 learning objectives. So after you work through the materials this week and watch the videos, do the reading, you should then be able to critique the criticism of Peter Schroth against the UN Convention Against Corruption in his article. And then you should also be able to evaluate the combined effectiveness of the UN Convention Against Corruption and other international agreements on corruption and financial crimes. So in week 6, there are 2 readings posted that we want you to read. So week 6, the first one is Termites and the Convention Against Corruption, where my cursor is, and the other one is the UN Convention Against Corruption. So please take a look at those. And then Dr. Monroe has posted 3 videos. The first one, Corruption, Transparency, and Transparency International. The next one is Corruption, Termites in the UN Corruption Against Corruption and Responses. And then finally, Corruption, Termites, and Responses, Part 2. And then next week, we'll be kind of going over some research skills and resources that are used in fighting financial crimes. And then just looking ahead, week 8, there's no new materials, no new reading, no new videos for week 8. So it's a good week to, if there's anything you haven't been able to take a look at, it's a good time to do that or review the materials from the course in preparation for completing your final assignment. That being said, we do have an assignment due next week. So you want to make sure that you've done the work so that you can complete that assignment. On the 18th is the due date by 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Just a reminder about the extension policy. Again, it's in the syllabus, but if you do need an extension, you must contact me prior to next Sunday to request one. So email me prior to next Sunday. I always hate seeing students miss points because they haven't asked for an extension, especially if they just need, 3-4 days to complete it because something happened at work and you need a little more time. Just send that email, make that request. We do want to apply the policy uniformly to everyone. So, which we do that. I think we do a great job of applying that uniformly. So please be sure that if you do need an extension, if anything comes up, please just email me. And then we can give you that 7-day extension. Looking ahead, there are no extensions for the final assignment. So you need to be sure that you get that in on time, otherwise you will for sure lose points. But there are extensions available if needed for this next assignment that's due next Sunday. All right, so now just kind of recap. So this week you want to do the usual and post in the discussion forum. You want to do the reading that I mentioned, watch the videos by Dr. Monroe, and then optional office hours are with me this week, Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then again, your assignment is due next Sunday, assignment 2, due next Sunday, August 18th by 11:59 p.m. Pacific. I think that's it. If you have any questions whatsoever, please email me. And as I mentioned, always Dr. Monroe is very involved in this course. He checks in. So if you do have any questions for him, he's more than happy to answer questions as well. Or if you want to send to me, I can forward to him. Whatever works best, we will get your questions answered. And I think that's it. So I hope you all have a great week. Again, please remember, if you're not going to be able to get your assignment in next Sunday, please contact me prior to Sunday. And if I don't hear from you, I will be in touch next weekend. Thanks, everybody, and have a great week.